So what I'm going to do in this video is show you the 1912 equivalent of a newsreel on the sinking of the Titanic. Now remember, it was all a fraud. So I'm going to walk you through this thing, and I'm going to put it in fast motion, fairly fast motion. Okay, so they're trying to tell you this happened in 1912, the largest ship. Again, it was a mirror reflection of the Olympic in that it didn't really exist, okay? Anything that you see in this film that looks like the Titanic is actually the Olympic, and you're going to see it right there. You see that editing? Because that's the Olympic. And they didn't want you to know that up in that corner there. Now the emergency telephone is to get you to realize, oh, this is an emergency. And boy, oh boy, this ship is going to sink, you know. Now remember, this is being shown in Nickelodeons across America. And they had this thing prepared well in advance. They do that with hoaxing. They prepare film clips well in advance. And they have them ready so that once it occurs, they can bombard the public with false information. This was a psyops in 1912. Now you're seeing the Olympic, okay? Not the Titanic. So any footage you see and they pass it off as the Titanic is really the Olympic. And that ship actually did exist. And anything about Titanic is a mirror reflection of the Olympic. In other words, Titanic didn't really exist at all. So they filmed a lot of footage of people on the Olympic, and they will pass it off as people on the Titanic. Now, watch the tugboats. Watch the tugboats. You'll see editing because they don't want you to realize that the reason they're editing out the name of the tugboats. See it? They're editing out the name of the tugboats because that's the Olympic. That's the early form of editing that you just saw there. Okay, you're looking at the Olympic, not the Titanic. But they're passing it off as the Titanic. Now the Carpathia was actually a vessel. Now look, there's supposed to be people that just rescued about 700 individuals. Mostly those are probably just actors, and they're passing them off as the staff. Look, all their clothing is perfect. In other words, it's been to the dry cleaner. Okay? They weren't on board a vessel that was crowded with 700 additional passengers. Now, the Carpathia was a passenger ship. And I know that because my grandfather came over from Europe on the Carpathia before the Titanic hoax. All right? So they're just showing you a bunch of footage of the Carpathia because it's the big hero. Now notice he had his hand in his pocket. That's a Masonic gesture. Okay? Like the hidden hand of history. And I did some videos on that. The hidden hand of history. I don't know what's going on with this Reverend Collette. It looks like he's signing autographs. Looks like he's getting a telegram. I don't know what's going on there, but I do know this. It's acting for the camera. And this is the kind of stuff they showed in Nickelodeons. Just a bunch of people doing gibberish on a ship. They even joked that maybe he was a bookie and he was taking numbers. Thank you for watching.